What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in, or thanks for being here, right? So just kind of worked a little bit out here at work, if you can't tell, right? Worked a little bit on the glove. I wanted to make the interior, cut the holes and everything. I wanted to make the interior also dirty as well, so when you see through the palm, even though when you put it on, you're not really going to see much of that, but still, just to give it a little bit more authentic distressing, and it doesn't really cost much to do so. Just add a little bit more of the stain here and there. I'm actually going to get this corner right here a little bit here. You know, again, just a toothbrush and some wood stain, real light. Not you just barely dip the bristles, and you can see. And I even colored the bead red right there, like it's supposed to be. And I took a torch and just kind of cooked the end so it's a little dirty, so it's not just like a bright happy red like a clown nose on there. So it's kind of neat that I was gonna say that the strange thing about this project is that it's like totally opposite from what you normally do. You want everything to be cheap. It's not just on the wallet side, but the products, you know, this happened on its own, this little rip right here, and you want that, because the more distressed, the more ripped, the more really just not well made the product is, the better it's going to be for aging, for distressing it, to make it you know, kind of fall apart more. So of course you might want to touch that up if it continues to rip more and more and more, and you got the the gloves are easy to replace from the armature when you just take the rivets off and pop it off and replace the glove itself. But no, this is the part of the whole project that is my favorite. I really enjoy doing this. This is a lot of fun, making something look old and worn out and used. But I'm really happy with these gloves. This is the exact glove that I needed for this project. Been enjoying my book. I've got a pretty good dent in it already. I just started reading it last night, to be honest with you. This book is really hard to put down for me. It's just full of information. It's full of just really neat stuff, and I said this once in the vlogs that the story about how the whole movie series got started, Nightmare on Elm Street, is actually more interesting than the movie itself in some cases. Of course, I love the movies themselves, but the backstory is just as good, if not more interesting. I had no idea that the guy that built the glove originally was a carpenter, and that's interesting. So, yeah, that's kind of it. What you're doing at work. Oh, I got some done here. Stopped off at my friend's place, his shop, and picked up, yes, look at that, Bob. He finally got him in. I requested, I said, well, try get the non-aerosol 16-ounce can, and he did. So I picked up mine, my very own, right there. He gave me a nice healthy discount on it, by the way. Man, that guy's super awesome. He did not need to, but this, I mean, not bragging, but this cost me less than it would if I ordered it online. He really he hooked me up. Not only that, he gave me these. He just tossed these in for free. Ballistol wipes. This is cool because you can just throw these in your range bag kind of thing. Look at that. Throw them right there in your range bag in case you wind up somewhere where you don't have anything right there. Really awesome to have that. Thank you, man. He's a good guy. So, sealed. I love this stuff. Use it on use it on these, but I want to let this wood stain really dry and everything. So, but it really doesn't need it. It's really soft, except for the smell of wood stain. I don't know. Catch you guys in a little bit. It's time to go home. Yep. Alarm set. Oh. Really cools down quickly. So, what am I doing? I am, because my dad had helped me out, and by ordering the tomato knife blades off of eBay, I am constructing another armature for the glove. This is going to be for this glove right here that I showed you earlier, using those blades. So what I'm trying to do is kind of recreate the look of the first glove in a sense, but I did find that these templates are obviously the better ones. So I'm going to alter it a little bit by extending the stem. Well, I don't know if it's called the stem, but this part right here, instead of it being so short, I'm extending it, and this is the actual measurement from the NECA glove that's a reproduction of the Part 1 glove. So that's what I'm doing with this, because I can't wait to actually put one of these things with the real blades on one of these new gloves right here. And there's a start. Longer back, using the 3/4 inch pipe for rounding it over for the size. So that's just the rough bend and everything. At least it's nice and cool out. Very dark. I don't think there's actually even a moon out tonight. I don't know. If there is, I don't see it. But at least the weather is nice. I like the colder weather for sure. Wow. Yeah, I don't see the moon at all. Nothing. Yeah, I don't think you can even see the lights out there. At least on the camera. Neighbors. Gonna be it, you guys. I'm gonna get out of here, close it out. I got my Ballistol wipes right here. I think this is such a cool thing, and it was really cool of him to just toss that in there for nothing, really. So before we get out of here, we're gonna talk about one of my favorite movies, Kelly's Heroes. This movie has quite a history with me. I really love this movie, and back when I first saw it, I loved it a lot, probably too much, because I watched it all the time. But I didn't actually own a copy of it. I tried to. We went to the video store, rental, Blockbuster or something like that, saw it, rented it, and watched it a bunch of times. And of course my dad had this set up for me to try to record it from copy to copy, tape to tape. Could not do it. It had one of those copy guards in it where all the screen would go all crazy on you, so you couldn't copy the thing. So and you know, it wasn't for sale or anything, so I kept searching and searching and searching, and nothing. I actually think he wound up going on eBay and finding a VHS copy of it, and I remember it distinctively. It was one of those big box clamshells VHS. Probably a lot of you watching this know and remember those. It was so neat. It actually opened up like a book. The tape was inside the VHS tape, surrounded by a border of plastic and cardboard. Then you pull the tape out. The awesome, you know, I remember it. It was you know, MGM, so it was that silver label with the red letters Kelly's Heroes on there. But the cover itself was so unique. It was that was a big thing about back then. VHS, the covers of the old stuff was always something just so cool, and I think the VHS era had the best cover art. And that one there had like the tank coming in the middle. The main guys here, you had Telly Savalas, Donald Sutherland, Don Rickles, and of course Clint Eastwood, all around it. And then of course the little figures of them walking towards the tank. That's the big scene in the end where they go and get the German soldier to blast open the bank to get the gold, right? So, but yeah, I remember having that, and I watched it over and over again. And the song "Burning Bridges" is still to this day one of my favorite songs. I love that song from this movie, and it's just it's such a neat thing. It's such a great a movie, and I love when they're getting all together, and Telly Savalas is really upset that Clint Eastwood broke the beans open to everybody and told them what was going on and the gold and everything. So, and he says, after he kind of is somewhat settling down, but not really, he says, "Who's in command?" And Clint Eastwood says, "Some guy named Oddball." And he goes, "Oddball? He's a freak." He's like, "He's got 3 Shermans all ready to go. He's all ready to go." What is that supposed to mean? The guy's a nut. So I just love those scenes. It was, and when Don Rickles is there in the minefield, and he goes, hey, I got one. And then Telly Savalas goes, "Well, what kind is it?" He goes, "How do I know what kind it is? The kind that blows up." So, really great movie. It's one of my favorites, definitely. This is Eastwood before Dirty Harry. This was really, he had only really done his spaghetti westerns really up to this point, and I'm not sure if Play Misty for Me came before this or after this, but yeah, this was early on for Eastwood there. This was pre-Dirty Harry. I always gauge it with Dirty Harry, because to me, Dirty Harry launched Clint Eastwood into that much more of a star, I think. I mean, even though, yes, Fistful of Dollars, $3 More, Good, Bad, and the Ugly definitely put him on the map, but I think far as just taking him even further up the ladder was definitely Dirty Harry, because after that, you can't help it. I mean, all the ones that most of the people name off came after Dirty Harry. But anyway, Kelly's Heroes, definitely one of my favorite. Thanks for watching, you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. My dad, we did order some of those knives, so I'm looking forward to getting them in, possibly maybe Saturday. So join me for that. I think a lot of you are going to be tuned in. So yeah. Oh, and yes, both Santee and I have come to the conclusion of, this is actually the first bag. I haven't even finished it yet. See, I'm savoring it. Bacon jerky. Yes, so I'm running low, but I got a second bag thanks to Santee. But it was really neat. You know what? Santee and I have come up with a cool name for this. You know what it is? Meat candy. And in case you didn't see him, Brucey is right there.